and we begin by queering up drag culture. Our House reaches settlement with state of Florida over drag brunch case. A Miami restaurant has settled a legal dispute over a drag queen show with the state of Florida. This ends a year-long, highly politicized case as Governor Ron DeSantis accused the venue of trying to sexualize children. The owners of Our House agreed to pay a $10,000 fine to end the dispute. The owners say the payment of the fine did not result from the finding of any violation of any administrative or criminal laws, saying, quote, "We are very happy that the settlement contains no admission or finding of guilt for Our House. Furthermore, we are also pleased to confirm that the state's extensive undercover investigation of Our House found no unlawful, sexually explicit content at Our House shows," end quote. The Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation filed a complaint against the restaurant in July of last year, accusing the restaurant of exposing minors to sexually explicit drag shows and violating Florida's decency laws. The state agency, which is part of the DeSantis administration, sought to revoke the restaurant's liquor license, a move DeSantis and the venue said would put Our House out of business. Our House owners once again clarified their drag performance shows were never specifically intended for minors, but that a few parents in the past had, quote, felt they were qualified to decide what was appropriate entertainment for their children and brought their family to our shows, end quote. Well, and that's it, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Parents decided to bring their children. You know, then I saw that this was about a year ago, 14 months ago. The video that started this was a little girl. She was probably like maybe 5 or 6 tops. And she's like dancing outside. They were on the outside patio and a drag queen's performing and she bends down and she plays with her a little bit. But that's it. There was nothing sexual about it. And the little shade thrown by Our House in the statement, the extensive undercover investigation, the state tried everything they could to shut this business down. And they realized they'll be in court for years. They'll probably lose. And it's really just not worth it. The political points have been scored. And there's not much more to do. Now, the case, of course, a broader ban on drag is working its way through the courts, not only in Florida District Federal Court, but also through other districts throughout the country. Because where Florida leads the deplorable way, other red states will follow.
Right now, there's at least 2 that are blocked by the federal courts. One in, I believe, in Tennessee, where there's one county that says that they're trying to enforce it because it doesn't apply to their county, and then the federal judge is like, oh, no, you didn't, and slap that down too. And the other case is progressing in Orlando, where Hamburger Mary's Orlando is leading the way. Now, let's face it, this is extortion, plain and simple. This is extortion. I mean, they keep talking about parental choice, right? Parents chose to bring their kids to a drag show. So if you don't like drag shows, don't bring your kids to drag shows. But this is not about actual parental choice. This is about red states governors and legislators trying to force their choice on people who are not like them.
Well, and if things continue moving in the direction that they are moving with campaign funders jumping ship, Governor Delusional may be out of business as well. That'd be really nice. Of course, that just means that Broodmare Casey will have to revive her OnlyFans page.
Why? Why are you putting that image?
It's bunions and corns on her foot show. That's basically what it is.
Greg, okay. You for the brain beat.
All right, we're gonna bring this back in here. Jonathan, what have you got to say?
I just want to say, shout out to Athena Dion and shout out to Rocco and his husband. Good friends of mine. I've been supporting them for years. They are part of our festival, so our partnership, we hurt as much as they did, and it's nice to know that they're past this, and it's good to know that our battle here in Florida with the governor is going to spread, and the rest of these issues are going to be ironed out just as ours did as well. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really important too that there was no guilt found in any of that, because that really was, I think, said huge statement to that, because as much as they were trying to shut this down or to make it look like it was something that was so terrible for children, there was nothing wrong there. And the fact that the parents brought the children there that just said it all. So yeah.
You know, we talk about a $10,000 fine, and it doesn't really sound like a whole lot when you're doing a business that sells, you know, probably $15 craft cocktails and stuff like that. But believe me, it's worth it. Our house is awesome. But it wasn't just a $10,000 fine. It was, for our house personally, they probably already had, I've been working with, keeping tabs on this story. I was working with their PR firm that they had to hire. I don't know if they hired them or just had to use them a lot more. But either way, those things bill by the hour. Their legal fees bill by the hour. So even though they may have already had a lawyer, they still had to pay them a lot more to get them through this. And there's other damage that's been done, but it's not irrevocable. But there's going to be, you know, the Christmas drag show that came down and Republicans manufactured a controversy out of that last year. Not even coming to Fort Lauderdale. Not coming to Miami this year. Not coming anywhere in the state of Florida. Governor DeSantis and his fascist cronies in the legislature have said, we don't want drag people and we're going to make it as horrible and terrible for you as we can. And then they did it. And now they're staying away. But we're not alone. We can stay, we can fight this. We are already seeing, you know, drag shows back at Hamburger Mary's. Hopefully this will be the same for Pride when it comes around, because we had to de-dragify Prides this last season. So hopefully this is the beginning of the state trying to save face and we can go back to what life was, which is where we're treated, you know, like regular citizens.